And do you wonder what Psalm 91 teaches us about spiritual warfare and divine protection? Psalm 91, known as the Psalm of Protection, offers solace in seeking refuge in God during tough times and relying on his shield of defense in spiritual battles. The psalm explores many topics, emphasizing the importance of staying near to God and the all-encompassing protection he gives. Without delay, let's dive into this Psalm of Protection. Verses 1 and 2 of Psalm 91 highlight the importance of dwelling in the presence of God. They paint a vivid picture of finding shelter in the shadow of the Almighty, a sanctuary where we can rest and find solace. It's a metaphorical image that beautifully encapsulates the essence of staying close to God, especially during times of spiritual warfare. When we declare, "He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust," we are consciously making God our haven, our stronghold. This act signifies trust and a deep, personal relationship with Him. It's not just about seeking His protection, but also about surrendering ourselves, acknowledging His sovereignty, and nurturing an intimate bond with Him. The closer we are to God, the safer we are. In the midst of turmoil and strife, our strongest defense is our closeness to Him. Our safety lies in our proximity to Him. Verses 3 to 15 detail the comprehensive protection that God offers to those who trust in Him. The psalmist paints a vivid picture of God's protection, using imagery that evokes a sense of security and comfort. Picture being shielded from the fowler's snare, a trap set to ensnare unsuspecting creatures. Imagine being protected from the deadly pestilence, a term used to describe fatal diseases. These are not mere physical protections, but metaphors for spiritual warfare, where God's unwavering care and safeguarding are always present. The psalmist goes on to describe how God's protection extends to the terror of night and the arrow that flies by day, symbols of fear and danger that can strike at any time. But those who trust in God need not fear, for His protection is all-encompassing. Perhaps one of the most powerful statements in this section of the psalm is the promise that 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. This is a resounding assurance of God's protective shield in times of adversity. It's a promise that despite the chaos and destruction that may surround us, those who trust in God will remain unscathed. The mention of angels in this psalm further amplifies the idea of divine protection. The psalmist speaks of angels commanded by God to guard us in all our ways. They are depicted as divine protectors who lift us up, preventing us from stumbling over life's obstacles. This illustration of God's protection is not just about physical safety, but also spiritual security. It's about the confidence that comes from knowing that God is watching over us, that His protection extends beyond what we can see or comprehend. In the midst of spiritual warfare, when we may feel surrounded by forces seeking to bring us down, we can rest assured in God's promise of protection. So, whether it's the fowler's snare, the deadly pestilence, the terror of night, or the arrow that flies by day, we know that God's protection is unyielding. No matter the circumstances, no matter the battles we face, God's watchful eye is always over His children. Verses 14 to 16 of Psalm 91 provide insights into how believers can maintain a close and intimate relationship with God. This relationship is built on a foundation of love and recognition of the divine. Just as one recognizes a friend by name, so too must we recognize God. This doesn't mean simply knowing His name, but understanding His nature, His promises, and His unending love for us. In the midst of spiritual warfare, it's not enough to just know His name. We must also actively call upon Him, seeking His help and guidance in times of trouble. This is a demonstration of our trust and reliance on God. It signifies that we understand that our strength and protection come from Him and Him alone. And what is God's response to this call? He answers, He is with us in trouble. He delivers us, and he honors us. This promise of deliverance and honor is not a transactional guarantee, but a testament to the depth of God's love for his children. And it's not just about earthly honors, but about the ultimate exaltation, salvation. God promises to satisfy us with long life and show us his salvation. These verses, therefore, highlight that staying close to God, recognizing his name, and calling upon him in times of trouble are key to experiencing his divine protection. Staying close to God is key to experiencing his divine protection. In conclusion, Psalm 91 teaches us about the importance of staying close to God and relying on his comprehensive protection during spiritual warfare. It accentuates the significance of trust, divine refuge, and the unwavering shield of defense in our spiritual battles. May this understanding of Psalm 91 strengthen your faith and guide you in your spiritual journey. Before we end this video, let's take a moment to engage with one another. If Psalm 91 has touched your life in a particular way, feel free to share your experiences in the comment section below. We love hearing from our community. Remember, liking this video and subscribing to our channel not only helps us reach more people, but also ensures that you don't miss out on any of our future content. Your support means a lot to us, and it contributes to our growth, allowing us to create more content like this. So, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to turn on the notifications bell so you'll be the first to know when we upload new content. Thank you for being part of our community and for taking this spiritual journey with us. We look forward to continuing to explore and grow in faith with you. Until next time, stay blessed and protected under the wings of the Most High.